Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making the cheapest yam porridge ever. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe, hit the like button, turn on post notifications so that when we post videos like this, you'll be the first to be alerted. And to our old-time subscribers, thank you for always coming back. So let me quickly just run us through the ingredients that I'll be using for this recipe, and trust me, they are very affordable. Over here I have my yam. It's been peeled, properly washed and diced. Some are bigger chunks and some in smaller chunks, and I'll tell you why later. I have my onions, pepper and tomato, more of pepper anyways, and it's been roughly chopped. I have my vegetables, some crayfish, seasoning cubes and salt, and palm oil. Why I said this meal is very affordable is because all these ingredients are things we readily have in our kitchens, and even if you have just yam, I assure you that you're spending less than 1,000 naira in making this meal, and trust me, it came out nicely and very tasty. You can add anything you want to, but I'll tell you the reason why I'm making very affordable porridge yam today. Let's get started. So I'm going to be adding in my yam first. You have to be very careful in this process because some people cannot handle yam. It gets really itchy. So if you can't handle yam, you can please use gloves, but for me, I'm good to go because, well, I'll be adding in my tomato and onions and pepper at this point. The reason why I'm using this much is because it amplifies the color of my meal and it makes me use lesser amount of palm oil. Yes, and you can blend those if you want, but I decided to chop them because I want to still see that residue of red color in my meal at the end of the day. So I'm going to add my seasoning cubes, some salt, and half the crayfish powder for this meal. Just half, not all. So I'm going to add 2 cups of water, 2 cups, not teacup but measuring cup. We're not making pepper soup. We're just making porridge yam, so 2 cups because it's new yam. So if we add too much water, it's going to melt and we'll not have yam to eat at the end of the day. So we'll just stir this around so that the seasoning cube and the salt incorporates with the water and it's evenly distributed. So we'll just stir this around and we'll cover this up to let it boil for a while. Now let me tell you why I decided to make affordable yam porridge today. But before the story, my yam has been boiling for a bit, so I'll just add a little bit of palm oil. As you can see, it's not going to be too much, unlike the amount I'll add if I was not using any pepper or tomato for this recipe. I'll cover this up and let it cook for a bit. My yam has softened up a whole lot, so I'm going to add in the rest of my crayfish powder at this point and cover this up. Remember, it was half we added earlier, so because I'm not using any fish, anything, so I'm adding more of crayfish, to give us that delicious taste. So I'm going to go in with a wooden spatula. Please, I highly recommend you use a wooden spatula for this particular process. I'm going to smash up some of the yam so the liquid isn't runny when we want to serve our meal. Of course, like I said, this is yam porridge, not pepper soup, so we want it to thicken up some more. So I'll just smash the smaller pieces of yam. Remember I said I was going to tell you why we have some cut small and some are big. So we'll just smash this up a little bit and keep repeating it until our stock is thick, or rather our broth, I don't know what it's called, or when we get that porridgey texture. Now I was hungry this afternoon and it was raining. I couldn't go out to buy anything, and I remembered, oh, I have yam, I have some leftover vegetables from the stew I made over the weekend in the fridge, and I was like, let's make yam porridge. And I have some palmoil anyways in the fridge, and I'm making some peppered palmoil to serve this with, but you can totally do without that. So that was how I came up with this affordable yam porridge, guys, and trust me, it's a decision because I didn't spend a dime, 1 naira. I didn't spend a dime in making this because I had everything readily available in my fridge. So it's usually advisable that you have little things like this at home because it will always come in handy. I'm going to add in my vegetables at this point, and I'll just give this a very good stir around. Guys, looking at this food, you will not even know I didn't spend 1 naira. to make this food, at least not today anyways. But I had some leftover vegetables and I wanted throwing this out, and I just felt let me just keep it. You never can tell. And guys, thank God though, if not I would have had yam porridge today without vegetable. And as you can see, the reddish the residue of the pepper and tomato, this was just the look I was aiming for, and that was why I chopped my vegetables roughly. Let me just add the rest of my vegetables in at this point, and guys, that is it. So I'm giving this a very, very, very good stir so that everything incorporates properly. I'm speechless because my food looks beautiful. I'm going to just clean this up and cover it for a minute, just a minute, so that my vegetable gets steamed a little. And guys, that is it. My food is ready. Food on a budget. Tell me you're not admiring this yam. So let me know if you're trying out this recipe anytime soon. And like I said, I'll be serving this with some of the peppered cow skin, or popular known as palmoil, that I had. Let me know if you tried this recipe and if you enjoyed it.